Welcome to the Elegance of Nae. I'm your host, Nae, and on this podcast, we'll be talking about a variety of topics with amazing stories. Let's get into it, shall we? Welcome back to the Elegance of Nae podcast. I'm your host, Nae, and we got somebody new in the building. We got the Mr. Khalil in the building. How we doing?
Hey, thriving and vibing, man.
I feel it. How are you mentally and physically today?
Mentally, I'm good. It was a good day. Physically, my back hurt a little bit. That's because I'm old, though, so ain't really nothing to that. But
he said it's age. Just age.
Man. It's all age. But no, we good, though.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
That's what they always say. But you see what happened to R. Kelly, so, I mean...
I can't
Obviously, that number matters.
Oh, my gosh. Of course. When it comes to that...
Just saying.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. All right, so let's get into it. So how are you growing up? Like, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Detroit. Born and raised. Never moved around. Same house since, well, you feel me? Like, I just been living in the same bubble my whole life. I think I was a good kid.
Okay.
Some would say I was a good kid. Siblings, not so much, but...
Oh, wow. So how many siblings do you have?
I got two. I'm the baby. I'm the best one, too. But,
wow.
you know how that goes.
Oh, wow.
The baby's always the best.
Oh, my goodness. Can't. So how were you from elementary up until middle school?
Very talkative. Very friendly.
Really? Social butterfly?
Social. You couldn't shut me up. You really couldn't. I'll walk up to you at any moment, just talk about my day for no reason.
Be like, so today I just had, PB&J, and I thought it was
I ain't like the crust, but the jelly was a little too stiff. I'm just talking about any and everything I could. Whoever had an ear, that's what
just
I'm talking about. Just talk about it. Oh, okay.
He said, "No, you gonna be my friend."
That's really how it is, though. That's how it was, though. Everybody loved me for it. Just came with good energy, just good kid energy.
Good positive energy. Was you very blunt as a kid?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was. If you was ugly, I was gonna tell you he was ugly.
I feel like that's the most. Oh my gosh, that is just kids.
We
the most innocent.
Kids,
that's just kids. They could be like,
that's
"Hey, you ain't looking
like,
good today." Like, why your wig looking sideways?
Like that one kid. What's wrong with your neck? You got eggs, like just like him, bro. Like the honesty, man.
Yeah, the honesty be on something different. If you actually trying to know if you look good, ask a kid. They're gonna be the most blunt with you. Oh, you look pretty that day.
If they don't say it verbally, their face definitely gonna say it.
They gonna be like, they gonna be like,
I like your shoes.
Right, like that's all I can
asked on
say.
My hair though. That's not what I said. I said
I like your shoes. But what about my hair? But the shoes. That's just your indication you don't look good today.
That's all.
The kindest way they're gonna do it is redirecting whatever you oppositely ask for.
That's kids, man.
So how were you in middle school? Were you the same way? Do you feel like you changed a little bit?
Middle school, I felt like I quieted out. I was still pretty talkative if you got to know me. Like, if I got comfortable around you, I wouldn't shut up. But like, that's when I became more, I guess, like just observant of people. Kind of just really started distancing myself a lot. Yeah. I was more focused on just basketball.
The regular sports. What got you into basketball though?
My brother. I always wanted to be like him growing up. Aww. Like that was my true idol. I always looked up to him since a little kid. Just wanted to be like him, want to be as tall as him, want to play the same sports, want to play the same games, want to talk just like him, walk like him, dress like him. Like that was when I looked at just following his lead. Just want to be him.
That's what's up. What made you really want to be like him? What inspired you to be like?
He just seemed cool.
He seemed like the cool kid.
He got a lot of attention. Oh. And like most kids, you
want that attention.
So like just watching him and seeing how like everywhere he went, no matter what it was, people looking at him. That I wanted to be just like that.
Like, oh yeah, I want that. Yeah,
like
give me that. Run that. Run your life.
Like, everywhere it was, people talk to him, stop him, ask him questions. It was like, that's gonna be me.
Aw, that's dope. So was that same dynamic the same when you went into high school, from middle school to high school?
Nah, I feel like, well, in that transition from middle school to high school, I really kind of started to figure out what I wanted for myself.
So you building your own character.
Yeah. And that was one thing, like even with family, like I was always called Little Amir.
Aww.
And for years it was cool.
But when you got older,
when I got older, I'm like, all right,
I'm my own person.
I'm Khalil now. Yeah. Like I'm not that same little kid behind him. Like now it's time to have my own identity.
Right. You like, I want to stand for, like, move. Like, let me
Yeah.
shine. Like, do my own thing.
That's really what it was. So like going into high school, that's where I went to like develop my own identity and like really just find what I like to do. So like
I feel that. Yeah. So from that transition from middle school to high school, how do you feel like you changed within yourself? Or how was it for you with the transition?
A little tricky. More so, like I said, like middle school, I start to distance myself. So within my observation, I lost a lot of friends. I didn't do the same things as everybody else. I wasn't really as interested. If it wasn't video games and basketball, it was like,
what else?
All right, what are we really here for? Like, that's really how it was with a lot of people. Yeah. So like in that transition, going to high school, it was like, okay, I'm in a whole new world. I don't know nobody. This is kind of where I guess the real world starts. Like every decision from here on really impacts what you do after here.
And this is your actual reality going into.
Exactly. Like me and my brother being like 6 years apart, like when I was going into high school, he was already away to college. So it was like me and brother were close, but I felt like me and my sister were closer. I used to call her about at any moment just to be like, what you eat for breakfast? With him, it was just like,
what's up, bro?
I was the gang, you know. Yeah. Like we had a sport relationship. So I didn't really call him for like life advice or like how to really handle certain things that's going on. So I kind of just felt like I figured it out by myself.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty much elementary, you was super social.
Not very much.
Middle, you was like, I'm a little social, and then high school, you just like,
all right, if I don't like you, I ain't talking to you.
Like, hey, bro, I'm gonna be a ghost.
Yeah, that's really how it was. Like,
you gonna see me.
People knew me for not being like around a lot of people.
Like, so you turned strictly antisocial.
Oh, very much so.
You came from yay to no.
Yeah, just stay
over there. Like stay in your lane, and I'm gonna stay in mine. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's crazy because like overhearing everyone, you know, me just talking to people. A lot of people say that, like, you start off social, or sometimes some people are introverts off rip, and then coming into extroverts. But I feel like that's just because we getting older and our reality is starting to get closer. And we're just like, oh, snap our time.
Like now, like I look at those that are able to like go in places and just like talk to everybody. I'm like, how do we do that now? Like it's different than a little kid just walking up talking like, you're like, oh, that's so cute. Now you're like an adult and you're talking. It's like, who are you? Like, what made you like this?
Like who is this?
Where's this energy coming from? Like, it's 9 a.m, bro.
Like good morning. No. Can I get my coffee first? Like, can I warm up to?
For those that are able to do that,
kudos to you. Right. Kudos to you.
Like big claps. Like, come on, man.
So from your high school life transitioning into college, how was that for you? Going into adulthood. He like, boy.
That was crazy.
Really?
Because I had no idea what I wanted to do with life. And I wouldn't say I was lying to everybody, but that's where like me pretending like I had a control on things really began. Like, because like in school, like you meet people like, I want to grow up and do this. I want to do this. I'm going to this school, and I'm just like, I want these things. Yeah. But I don't know anyone even in this direction. Like,
so how can I do it?
So how can I even get there?
Yeah. But yeah, so like elaborate how like adulthood came into like from high school going into adulthood and then trying to get the grasp of like if you want to like how you want to go into college and stuff.
Well, it all came at like I always say like after high school, you don't know where you are. And that's really like how it was. Like just even like to now, like after high school, just like everything just came freaky fast.
Yeah.
Like the moment I even like stepped on campus, it's like
reality legit.
This is
like
is
we're
literally
here.
All the dumb mistakes I made in the past, I can't make those anymore. Like
this could be illegal now. Like you can go to jail.
Like I really gotta kind of like play this smart.
Yeah.
Like I was probably more antisocial in college than I could have ever been in my life. Like, I might have joined maybe 3 clubs out of my entire college life. Wow.
I mean, that's still
it's more than a lot of people, but like I get looking at those that are very social, like they're in everything. You see them at every single event. They're on every single committee. They're on like everything that you look at. They somehow had a hand in it. You know, the president. I had no idea who our president was. Like I could have seen him on the street, never would have knew type thing. Like I just went to class
and just went home.
Yeah. Life was just like, all right, how do I even do this? It's one of those times you pick up something and like, so do I play with it? Like, do I throw it? Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Who can help me?
It's a ball. Can somebody tell me how
to
throw?
Fly? Like, I'm really just like, all right, what am I doing here?
Right.
And again, I didn't talk to my parents. Didn't call my brother. Didn't call my sister.
You're like, I'm just here.
I'm just here. I'm reacting. That's because I was reacting to everything.
Yeah.
Like every decision I made, all right, where did it put me in? All right, okay, that was good. I'm gonna keep doing that. Oh yeah, no, I don't like that. Let's go over here and try this then.
Like let's step 2 steps that way.
And I realized a lot of times I was taking step backs and didn't even know it.
You said naturally, let me just pull myself out of that.
And I was just disconnecting from everything.
Yeah.
Kind of just staying in my own bubble. Going to class, skipping a lot of classes.
Like now I don't really want to go there.
And that's really like kind of where it came. Sometimes I would miss like a week of class. Come back. Where you been? Yeah, I was going through some family problems at home the whole time. I'm at home playing 2K or whatever. Like, just making up stuff at that point. Just really trying to figure out what I want.
Yeah. But then it was that follow up that you had to do with that homework and stuff, classwork.
And the grades came out like,
yeah, bro. What
so
you
how
doing?
was school?
A lot.
We're gonna just pretend like it didn't happen today. Like, that's really where I was with a lot of things. Because I go to school.
Yeah.
Go to cafe. Eat chicken tenders. Drink juice.
Oh my god.
Look at everybody. Listen to my music.
Right. Be in your own mind.
Be in my own world.
Yeah.
If nobody talked to me, which a lot of people would come up and just bother me. Why do you look so angry? I don't know.
You got the resting face.
Yeah. And I think that's how I made half my friends there. She's like, why you look so angry? Like, I'm mad? Oh, my bad. I'm
just chilling.
Just thinking about trees, bro.
Said thinking about trees. Oh my gosh. So how did you so first let's backtrack a little bit. Where did you go in elementary and middle school?
Elementary. Started at Bagley Elementary. Mama took me out of there, put me at Old Redford. And I was at Old Redford from 3rd to 8th grade.
Okay. And then where did you go for high school?
Started at Cass Tech. Got kicked out of Cass Tech. Ended up at CMA.
Okay. We gonna have that story for another day.
Oh, that's a great story.
No, I bet it is. I bet it is. So where did you wind up ending up in college?
Henry Ford at the beginning, which kind of just flapped into my lap. Like
flew. No, flat. You said flat.
I said flat. I know what I said.
I know.
It flapped into my lap. Like,
how did you get into HFC? Or how did you? It just literally.
It's just, like it literally kind of just happened.
Oh.
Like I was like during high school, everybody's applying to colleges. Like I was just applying places.
And then
I really wanted to like go to a school for sports, but it didn't happen that way. And I was like, okay, as the seasons were ending, I'm like, I don't have any scholarships. I've talked to a few coaches, but like they're all saying, "Oh, you can be a walk-on." Like, I'm not trying to be a walk-on.
Yeah. But what sports were you trying to get into?
It started with football, but as I started track my junior year of high school, I really fell in love with track. I want to take that to the next level.
Okay.
So I was talking to different coaches, like, hey, here's my times, here's my accomplishments, grades are up to par. I'm like just really trying to just maneuver my way in, just make that connection.
Yeah.
And they're all cool, and it was like, yeah, but we already gave out all of our scholarships.
Oh wow.
If you can get accepted to the school, we can talk, maybe get you in as a walk-on or something. That's only a partial scholarship. That means it's $10,000 for tuition. I still got $10,000 I got to worry about to
right. Right.
So it was just like, all right.
It was a lot.
And I was applying I applied to maybe 20 schools, got accepted to 19 of them. To this day, Cleveland State, I really don't like you anymore because they rejected me. But hey,
the hate is real. But I feel it. But honestly, that's still dope because it's really hard to get accepted nowadays. Definitely. So I think that's still a good accomplishment there for sure.
Yeah.
Because you applied to majority, like 99% of your colleges that you chose, and that 1%, yeah. But they lost on whatever.
Of course, they lost on this greatness. But it's
right.
All good.
It is what it is.
It is. So to all the colleges, I was thinking, okay, I don't have my license.
Yeah.
I don't know how I want to leave home.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get homesick. So
yeah.
All right.
Like, do I want to?
Do I really want to?
Right.
And then I had one friend that applied to him for him, open admissions. Why not? Just throw it in the mail. A week later, I got accepted this letter. I'm like, oh, that's where I'm going. I will be here for my couple of years.
Right.
Yeah, then at the time, DPS, I don't know if they still do, they had a scholarship going on where as long as you had above a 2.0 GPA, they would pay for 2 years of education free.
Yeah, that's lit.
I was like, I'd be a fool to pass this up.
Yeah, because little do people know it's easier to get a 2.0 rather than a 3.0.
Yeah, swear.
Like, I'm talking about you got to hustle to even get a 3.0, let alone a 4.0.
You just C's for the 2.0.
Now, if you
granted, it's the bare minimum, but sometimes that bare minimum can help you
get to where you want. Yeah. And that's honestly a good, it's dope opportunity. Like for me, shout out to Detroit Promise. Like they gave me, they literally helped me out so much for even be able to.
I don't think they really understood how amazing that opportunity really was for a lot of people.
Like when I first came, first of all, applying and being able to get accepted into that was like one of the biggest accomplishments that I seen for one, my mom ever get excited for it. Like just because I remember the day of me and her being in the kitchen and I'm applying. We in the kitchen again, accepted. Like what? And then on top of that, like for me, I had a dope another scholarship too. I really wouldn't call it a scholarship, but I'm gonna call it a scholarship. But that was able, they was able to pay for my books and transportation because at the time I didn't have a car. They gave me the monthly bus ticket, so I was like, oh, bet full ride, literally, and then literally full ride, 3 buses, cool. Sure. Yeah, I'm talking about I took 3 buses to school, faithfully. Every day. And people don't understand them bus rides.
You got to get up at 7 just to make your 8 o'clock bus to get to school by 8:45, 9 o'clock.
Oh my gosh!
And then don't let it be cold.
Oh, it was crazy for me in the winter. Oh, for sure. Because mind you, I'm coming from downtown Detroit, all the way to Dearborn, early in the morning, and then when the teacher have the audacity to have an attitude, I'm looking like, you have a car. Tell me something. A warm car.
With heated seats. Your steering wheel gets hot, so your hands don't get cold.
But I'm taking 3 buses.
You see this big coat?
Do you see me wheeling this book back? Do you see the pain? So, and it's crazy. So I had that scholarship handling that. And then when Detroit Promise came through and said, I'll cover your classes, just go to class every day. And then not only that, they gave incentives.
Oh, yeah.
When they gave us the cards, bro, I tell you. Oh my gosh, the card did come in clutch. Especially when you was hungry and you wanted to get some food from the cafeteria and you ain't had no food for the day.
Bro. Oh my. Them little $50 there.
Man, I'm talking about we used to be waiting.
I used to run it up on that card.
I used to be waiting until the next month or the week to come to be like, how we looking? Oh my gosh! Like, stop playing. And then I said, so shout out to the mayor for that, because honestly, if it wasn't for him thinking about us as students, or not even just the Black community, just a community in general of students that are hard workers of trying to get a further education, and just having that scholarship and being accepted and being seen, that's like, that's dope. No, and that was really lit. And honestly, and that's also how I met you, me being at HFC, you know, for those that don't know, like, that's how I met Khalil, was from us being in college. And of course, us always being in the cafeteria every time we was able to see each other. I mean, that was the spot, either there or the library. That's the only time you called us.
Just full of people.
Full of people. I'm talking about a very huge group of people, great conversations. It wasn't no ignorant people, no drama, no nothing. It was just straight up laughter. Always good energy.
Fun,
literally.
Really what it came down to.
And it felt like us in high school continuing again, just the vibe of it, of being able to be comfortable around people instead of feeling like, I'm an adult now. Yeah. You're here. Oh, yeah. What are you doing? Now, it didn't feel like that. It was just like, oh, this feels like high school already. Yeah. Like, hey, vibe, like, what's up, guys? And it was just great seeing, you know, being able to go to school every day. And that was also the only thing that motivated me sometimes to go to school. Because, like,
no friend groups to bring you in.
Oh, man. Like, hey, you coming in today? Hey, we got so-and-so up here. Oh, word? Oh, man, I'm about to come up there. It's sometimes I took bus rides up there just to see y'all. Like, because it'd be like, I don't really want to be here today. Like, do I really? Because I worked a full-time job in the middle of that, too. So just imagine, like, man. We all was hustlers back then.
We really was.
We all were hustlers.
That was the time everybody
was on our grind. But I loved it because it was like, even though we were all on our grind, we always had that moment where we needed those moments of like talking, being with our friends. It's like our break. Yeah, it's like a break from reality for a little bit.
Oh, most definitely.
So how do you feel like from you going from HFC to Wayne State? So how was that transition for you?
A little tough because again, I didn't have my peoples with me no more. Yeah. And I initially went to Wayne State because I knew someone there, and out of nowhere he randomly just joined the military. So it's like, okay, I'm starting pretty much all over again. Yeah. New atmosphere, bigger campus, new atmosphere,
more people.
Don't know nobody.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah,
I'm just here.
I'm here. I'm just here. And I remember meeting my very first day on the camp, I met one guy named Daniel. Probably the coolest dude I met there the whole time. Like, me and him never really talked a bit. Like, when we did see each other,
it was always the same energy. Hey, yeah.
Good people, good vibes.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah.
I remember when I first found out that you were at Wayne State, and I was like, what? You around the block? Yeah. Stop away. This is cool.
I didn't tell a lot of people I was going to Wayne State. Everybody thought I was going to end up at U of M Dearborn.
Oh, yeah, I did too. Yeah. I was like, oh, you going next
door? It was right next door.
Yeah, it was right next door. So we were like, oh, yeah, cool. You come see us.
And ironically, I was going to end up there, but they took too long to accept me.
Oh.
And I didn't want to wait too late. Like,
and then you're messing with your time.
Yeah, like, am I going to school in the fall? Am I not?
Yeah.
And Wayne State sent her acceptance letter legit, like, right there on the spot.
Like, okay, let's go. Come on. Bring yourself.
Bet, say less. Like, guess I'm going to Wayne State now. Again, just like with HFC, like, guess I'm going to Wayne State now.
Right, you got to pay attention to that.
Like, yeah.
Okay, I feel that. Like, and so what was your major in both?
HFC, I was just business administration.
Okay.
Wayne State, I officially chose accounting as like my field to go into.
That's dope. And what made you choose those majors?
Wanted to own my own business. Wanted to do my own thing. Not want to listen to nobody but myself.
You said entrepreneurship is just like I don't want a boss.
Like, even as a kid, like I've always said, like I don't want to listen to you. That was just my thing. Like
you said,
I can follow directions very well, but just know in the back of my mind, I'm fighting you right now. Like I don't want to do this.
Like I hear you, but do I really?
I want to pay attention.
Do I really? Right?
But no, yes. Starting a business, my cousin, I was at her for it actually. And I kind of just working that, really learning what it takes to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And just knowing like, okay, I can do marketing. I don't mind doing sales. I can communicate very well with people. It's just them books. Something about them books I just couldn't get. So then I go to Wayne State. That's what I'm really triggered.
That's what I feel you on that. And I feel like That goes a long way too.
Yeah.
Because accounting isn't like a easy little career to go into. Right. You actually got to learn a lot, and that comes with math, money, all types of like levels too, ups and downs.
Problem solving, critical thinking.
Man, that and that's so crazy because I was just talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, look, when I'm able to and I'm able to hire more people on my staff, I need an accountant, and I need somebody I can trust because I can't have everybody.
Exactly.
It's nobody's business.
Man, keep your circle as small as you
can.
Okay,
that's why I got 2-3 people that I talk to. And no.
What they say, keep your friends close, your enemies closer. Something like that.
One of the two, yeah.
Somebody got to be closer than the other. Bottom line. But
yeah. And I feel like that is actually really true of how, like, in the beginning of high school you got abundance of friends, and then at the end of high school you just got one or two. Because you see your true friends, you see people that are really down for you, that's really meant for you to be there, and it goes a long way. You want to carry those couple of friends into your adulthood, and then we can always grow out of friends too. Because we change through every stage of our life. So we can always grow out of our friendships, and that's okay too. Like, a lot of people don't see that.
Some people are just here to teach you a lesson of life. Like, they might be here for 2 months, they might be here for 2 years, 2 days. Like,
and that's same with any relationship.
Has a line. They're just here to teach you something. They're just here to show you how to do something.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, like, even though I can be cordial with a lot of people, however, I only keep up with who I want to keep up with.
Oh, very much so.
Because people's energies and motives and, like, whatever they're going through can rub off on you, and that's not who you are. And you could tell you've been around somebody for too dang much or too long if you starting to act like them, talk like them, walk like them, and you like, wait a minute, is this me? I know this not me, because now I'm talking like you, and I don't say stuff like you do.
I've never said this a day in my life.
Right, like,
but here I go, use your term now. No, you gotta
like, I don't even, like, you're gonna have to go over there. I'm gonna need a break from you, like, social distance for a minute, like 6 feet.
I need 20 feet.
Right.
Make it bigger. Like.
So from going to Wayne State and going into your career that you're in now, how was that transition for you?
It was another huge jump.
How so?
More so, I do a lot of things in life. I'm always busy, and sometimes like, I'll get like good at something, but am I ready for that next step? And I'll like psych myself out of doing it. So like, as college was about to end, I was just looking for jobs. I had applied and interviewed for so many jobs. And I wasn't getting anything. I'm like, am I really ready to
do this?
To work?
Yeah.
Like, should I stay in school a little longer? Like, something has to be the reason why I'm not landing these jobs.
Yeah. Because that's actually a deep thought that you really. Because I said the same thing when I was trying to apply to so many jobs myself, but I run 2 businesses, and in their mind they're like, "Girl, do you even have time to come? Because you got 2 companies you're running, and you a co-partner at another. Do you have time to fit us in?" I was like, "Clearly, I do. If y'all not thinking if I'm here to get money, I'm clearly going right." And then I was trying to explain that to them in the interview, and they was like, "Okay, we'll just keep you on the books." Like, no, hire me.
That pen went straight to the trash.
Right, like, since she's 2 jobs, we're gonna go next.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So how has it been now that you've been in the company that you've been with?
I'm glad I made that jump. Like, I'm super glad I made that jump. Like, I've always said, I've learned more working for this company than I ever did in college.
Oh wow. Because it's taught you so many different.
Yeah, like, it's one of those where, like, everything in college is
the basics.
Everything is just like for that situation. But they don't teach you about, okay, if you get this report and you off by $1,000, and you realize that the person that you thought was doing it correctly was doing it wrong. Now you have to fix their mistake. Like, it's all these factors that go into finance itself that they don't teach you.
Yeah.
There's like, okay.
And that's major too.
Very much
especially
so.
In that field, because that's nothing you can't really do.
Especially
hiccups
you gotta keep track of things over time.
Yeah.
You do one chapter in the book, you onto a new topic.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might be dealing with that same topic for 4, 5, 6 months. And it's only getting harder.
Not easier.
It's only getting harder.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've learned more just in the workforce. Ever learned in college.
And how long have you been with this company?
2 years.
Oh, that's cool. So do you feel like you've changed a lot from when you first started up until now? Do you feel like you learned a lot over? Like, what have you seen change?
My whole approach really to just handling finance itself has changed. Like,
oh wow.
A lot of people
personally,
I tell them I'm like accounting, I'm in finance. Like, oh, you just count numbers all day. No,
there's more to it.
There's way more.
It's way more to it. Yeah.
There's times I might even touch a number, but I have to figure out where things are going.
Yeah, like why did it go there? Like I see money, but it vanished.
Or even when we were getting reports from like our home manager, I'm like, where did you even get this from? Okay, I'm missing $20. Where is it?
It vanished.
Like now,
poof.
Ironically, I've heard that from someone. They were just like, oh, I don't know. Like it just isn't there.
Do you have a receipt?
Like money doesn't just disappear. Like,
like it had to be a transaction that made something to get from point A to B. So where did it go?
Like, and some people don't realize there's a lot of critical thinking and problem solving. Yeah. A lot of times you're not even doing math. You're just trying to figure out why this number is not over here.
Yeah, and that's not easy.
It's not.
It is not. Like, it's just not.
It's not. It's not.
It makes no sense at all. Hey guys, we wanted to take a quick little break just to do a quick shout out to TC's Art Gallery. That is T as in Tom, C as in Cat, S as in Sam Art Gallery. They do custom art, custom jewelry, and custom photos. They also help with your logo, updating your website, or if you need a website, and they help with social media advertisement or social media management. If you don't feel like dealing with your social media at all, contact TC's Art Gallery today. That is T as in Tom, C as in Cat, S as in Sam Art Gallery, and also check out their website at tcsartgalleryllc.square.site. All right, back to the show. So, like, from or in your adulthood, like, what have you noticed that's been the biggest key thing that's been helping you while being at work and going home? Like, what have you taken from work that can lead or help you in your personal?
Controlling your emotions.
Oh.
That's been one of, like, even something I'm still working on, like, to this day. Mm-hmm. Like, just like say, like, little kids, like, they don't verbally tell you something wrong, like, their face will tell you. I make facial expressions a lot. And I didn't notice it really until I started working. And people will look at me crazy. I'm looking at them crazy as you're talking to them.
So the faces you used to make in college, you like, it's just stuck on you now. It's just like
it's like if you say anything that just sounds very unordinary, you're gonna be able to tell that it doesn't sound right.
That is,
and it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because a lot of times I can't control it.
Yeah.
And like I'll be in a very important meeting, and somebody say something stupid. I'm just looking at them like, "What are you talking about?" And everyone's looking at me like, "Stop it!" I'm like, "He sounds dumb though." Like, am I the only one that hears this? So I'll learn to just kind of
hush your mouth,
keep my mouth shut, keep my face straight, and just
listen. Take key notes.
Yeah, it's one of those I've really learned to just control my emotions, not show people that I'm either upset or like just
go with the flow.
Just kind of just.
Of course, you can do that with your friends, but at work it's like
work is a little different. Like any professional environment, it's a little different because that facial expression might stop you from really conversing with someone that you might need.
Yeah,
or they may just have a different, I guess, like perspective of who you are as a person type of thing.
And it changes their persona of you, of very who you are and how you really carry yourself.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So definitely just like controlling my emotions, working on just containing things.
Mm-hmm. I feel that. Yeah, that's actually really hard to do, especially when it's a lot of people's opinions in the same room.
Yeah.
And then the conversation could go one way and then the left, and then people take things a certain way, and that's not the way that you interpret it to take or to be taken. So yeah, that's understandable.
Very much so.
So in the beginning, you chose a topic, and it's called "Choose the Decade." So what decade did you choose?
We chose the 2010s.
And why did you choose the 2010s?
Because I feel like that's really where like my life started.
Mm.
Like again, like in like I started middle school. Yeah, around that about 2011, 2010, 2011. And that's really where I, again, like distancing myself and start just watching people and seeing how people and things react to situations. So that's really where like the emotions really just started flaring, and B, I really started learning everybody is not meant here for
you. Yeah, you're being very observant.
Yeah.
Of who you give your energy to.
Very much. Like I was very talkative as a child. So a lot of times I'll be talking and I'm not realizing they don't care. Yeah. Not saying like people don't care, but it was like
you could tell they're just you miss
a lot of things that they're saying because you're talking over them. Yeah. And like you might say something that just that shows their true colors. I used to do a lot of y'all thought everybody was my friend. It was like, no. Oh. It was like, no. Yeah. Like they're just trying to get information out of you. Yeah. Probably use it against you. Yeah. Or you might miss something that's actually important that they're saying because you want to talk so much. Yeah. So it was just like, yeah.
That's crazy because, like, growing up, my mom, I used to be like, oh, yeah, mom, look, this is my friend. She like, when she told me how they are not your friends. Yeah. You keep saying everybody else, they ain't your friends. Nope. And then when I finally got older and I understood what she meant by that, and I'm just like, that's just sad.
Parents be seeing stuff.
They see stuff, of course. Well, for one, they've been experienced through all of it, of course. Sure. But they also, at the age that we are, whenever we're going through whatever we're going through, it depends on how they approach us, whatever that information is. And sometimes it could be helpful, or it could just crush us. Like, hey, why you being so mean? Like, and they're not being mean; they're just being blunt. Like,
they're just like that's like what you thought this was. It's not that.
Right.
It's not that.
Like, I remember, like, besides her saying, like, these ain't your friends, I remember when I used to get so upset when people say anything about her. Like, you talking about my mama? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm about to snap off, go crazy. But, and then she used to have to tell me, like, they don't know me. You ain't got to pop off. If they don't put their hands on me, don't do anything, carry on with your day. If she ain't say that, I would have been like, the most wild. I probably wouldn't even be here.
So honestly, though,
I would have been mentally gone. Honestly,
though, and like even like now, that's something I still tell other people. Like, let them talk. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, you gonna really let what this person just said
affect you that much?
Affect you that much?
Because we don't understand. Like, of course, if it's somebody that's closest to us that has a big impact on us already. And having them either or losing them as a person, rather if they pass or if you have to distance yourself because of a matter, it still hurt because it's like, dang, I spent a lot of time with you and now I can't be here with you. And now I gotta figure it out all over again. I feel like I'm starting over again.
Reestablish this with a whole nother human.
Like, right. Like, and you know, it feels weird making new friends sometimes because it's like, I already have my OGs. I thought I was established with people. Like, why?
And then your OGs just up and leave, or y'all grow apart. I've grown apart from so many people.
Yeah, because your dynamics are different now. Yeah, you think differently. Yeah,
most definitely.
And that's the same way that I am with a few of my high school friends, like that I grew up with in high school. I'm like, we're not on the same level anymore. I still communicate here and there, but it's like we're not on the same go-getter mentality or business aspect mentality. Because I notice now that in a lot of my friends, including yourself, like we have the mindset of like, oh, we're about business. We we about to know if you ain't about it, we're done. And I feel like that's a good thing to pay attention to.
Oh, for sure. I've definitely learned that.
Yeah. Like, have you noticed, like, when it comes to certain things that like either big topics or things that you're thinking about and you're just like, I don't think this person is good to talk to them about that. Like, See?
Well, yes. Like, I've left so many people out of a conversation just off the simple fact of they weren't that person to really talk to about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've learned, like, you may want the people around you to succeed just as much as you want to.
Yeah.
You can't make them.
Yeah.
And that's really where I started losing friends. Like, I want to be able to live comfortably.
Yeah.
And not worry about my next move.
Yeah.
I want to, like, be able to, like, live in a nice neighborhood where I don't have to worry about the police showing up every type of situation.
Yeah.
Like, everybody didn't want that. Everybody didn't have that same mind. You say you want it,
but then you
don't do nothing to go get it.
Yeah, you don't show that.
Every day you're doing the same thing, talking about the same stuff.
Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing here? Like,
yeah. Like, are we going to progress or we stand still?
Like, what's really going on?
Yeah.
You say you want $1 million, but yet
you not moving in $1 million mentality.
You ain't even moving to $1. Like, you still at home chilling.
Like, on the game.
Like,
not doing nothing.
I don't job shame.
Yeah.
Because having a job is a blessing within itself.
Oh,
but
for sure.
Why is your pay still the same 5 years from now?
Right.
Like, you didn't think to, like, learn a new skill to move up.
To progress, right.
Even if you stay in the same company, like,
you ain't try to promote yourself, get yourself promoted.
You've been in the same position the whole time. Like,
yeah.
You don't want it as bad as you say you do.
Yeah.
So I lost a lot of friends.
Like that, yeah.
In that grinding process. Like,
yeah. And that's the thing. Like, we grow out of each other. Like, as we're growing into a new phase or a different stage in our life, we grow out of each other, and that's okay. No, and some people think like, oh no, I don't want to lose them. Sometimes it's okay. You're not losing them. It's just you're losing the conversations that you miss. That's what you really miss. The vibe, the whatever was comfortable with you, with that person. That's what you're going to miss. But at the same time, when you seeing that you're still at a standstill and you're not moving and they comfortable where they at and they don't want to move, that's how you know, okay, I'm growing out of you. Like, this is not, we're not on the same level no more. Yeah.
Like, we can still talk every once in a while. We still probably, go out, kick it, whatever, but like, we won't have that same dynamic that we used to have. Like,
yeah. So what about the 2010s that you love the most?
Being free. Like, just living free. Like, living carefree.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, again, I said all I worried about was basketball, video games. Do I want Dino Nuggies or not? Like,
not the Dino Nuggies.
Like,
oh
the
my
Dino
God.
Nuggies is always lit.
He said you came from Dino Nuggies to chicken strips.
I swear, like, it really was though. Like, they just stretched out. Like, because I definitely had to buy my own. Dino Nuggies expensive. Like,
I can't with you.
But yeah, like, it's just being able to just live free and not worry about that.
Yeah. I feel like the 2010s, the whole vibe was just so.
2016 will always be the best year. I don't care what no one says. That was like the greatest year of anyone's existence. I don't even care what the baby boomers say. I don't care what you did back in the 70s. 2016 was the year to be here. Like, everything was just like perfect.
What made it perfect?
Everybody's energy was just good.
Yeah.
Like,
because nobody seemed like they were stressing. Life
nobody was stressing.
I think it was because, for one, gas prices were lower. Things in the stores were lower. People was getting paid.
Things was cheap back then.
Things were way cheaper. People were getting paid right. People can get cars.
Like, I remember I got my first job in 2016.
See?
Making $14 an hour.
And that was bank back then.
I thought I was the richest man alive. I swear.
Dude.
Man.
And now we know this, like, and that's minimum wage.
That's minimum wage.
That ain't even that. Back then, it was just like
you got people that's probably still doing their thing. Yeah. Kudos to you.
But that's low.
Yeah.
Let alone 12.
Man, I probably would get myself up like 12 right now. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Like, no, you did.
Not even like really, bro? This how the company feel about me, bro? I'm only worth $12. All this work I put in for y'all. You can't even give me.
If it ain't about $13.50.
Like,
you can't even go up $1.50. Like, dang.
Companies really be lowballing people. I be feeling bad for them sometimes. Like,
yeah, some people don't be noticing.
You're worth way more than just $12.
Yeah, especially if I don't understand the companies that pay that low and then they expect us to do the 110%. Like, big fella, give me 100%, 10% money.
I can't even get gas for $12, bro. You want me to come to work at 3 a.m? Like, man, you better be hope I get here at 4. Like, it really be
like that.
Yeah.
Like, and it's crazy how like now, for us as like, you know, ones with degrees, no offense to anybody that don't, but it's just like, even with me being like, my highest is high school, but I had some college, like my minimum, I don't go past or under 18. You know, that's what I'm seeking for, higher than 18, because that's my work based off of my knowledge, based off of like all of
I can provide you way more than you think, like than what you think. $14.
Like, what am I to do with that? Is that even gonna pay?
It's not even livable, to be honest, anymore.
First of all, if it's not able to pay a car note, pay your rent, gas, water bill, your phone bill, like,
because phone bills be high as
ever man, mine is $85 right now for 2 phones. That's too high.
I don't even know how much mine is, but I think it's actually around there. That's just for one phone. Like you said, so I got one phone. Like,
bruh.
Yeah.
But I feel like, well, I think because I got everything on one phone, and then on the other phone, it's just like, okay, that's just the number.
But it's still 2 though.
But
that's
it's still,
the thing, though. Like, it's still the fact that that's 2 phones. I got one phone. But still with that, like, that's too much.
Imagine 150 for one phone.
Oh, you wild. Ain't nobody talking today.
That phone about to be off.
Man, ain't nobody talking today. You
every month.
Talk to me, come to my house.
Right. Like, you better fax me something.
Man,
like, man, what?
Send me an email.
Hit me up on social. Call me on Messenger. Like, nah, I got to be under Wi-Fi. Let me get this.
I swear to God. Hey, people realize how Wi-Fi used to come in clutch back in the day.
Man, no, getting a hotspot, everybody thought you was dope.
Man,
having a hotspot coming into college.
I had hotspot.
Sit at the table.
School, I was on properly killing football team. Right?
Man, oh my gosh. I saw real old saying this. But back when my first phone was a flip phone, and that having minutes.
I had boost. I had the boost. The flip just, yeah. Call me at the 9 o'clock. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's just the fact that, like, going through the levels of dealing with a flip phone and minutes. Minutes, dog. Paying for minutes. And I remember having a conversation with my parents, like, I'm gonna need a phone to know when y'all outside or to know when y'all are here.
I didn't get like my first like smartphone until my sophomore year of high school. What? Now imagine 14 years old. You know how big cash tech is.
Yeah.
14 years old, trying to talk to a girl
with a flip phone.
Bro, my brother used to have his old iPod, his touchscreen iPod. When he ended up upgrading to an iPhone and all that stuff, I took his old iPod, used to pretend like it was an iPhone.
That was an iPhone.
So I used to ask for a girl number. I used to just pull out the iPod, put it in there, then text them later on off the flip joint. Like,
so they wouldn't even know. You said I was just being smooth. You wouldn't even know. You really had to play.
It really was strategic out here.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. Bro, people don't understand.
It was hard,
man. It's hard out here, bro. Okay, but yeah, like, just going back and thinking about that alone, like, you used to have a flip joint to going into a touch screen, and then just just the milestones of phones in our history just make us feel old already. Oh, sure. Like, just even thinking about that, that's just wild.
Very much so.
Wild. Yeah. Also, in the beginning of the show, you chose a number between 1 through 10, and you chose 4. And your question for number 4 was, what do you do on an everyday basis? What is your motivation that gets you up every day? That makes you want to do what you want to do every day?
Just being one step further than I was the day before.
I feel that.
Like, I've learned to not try to rush things. Like, even like now, I feel like I can be a CEO at any given second, like running a Fortune 500 type company. It was like, I want to rush things so much and get to the top so much. I just miss everything in between.
Yeah.
Like, I don't take time to like really learn what it takes to get to that point. I just want to jump all the steps. I feel like a lot of people these days just want to rush.
Instead of slowing down.
Yeah, everybody wants things just fast.
Yeah, instead of living life in the moment.
And a lot of times I have to stop myself and like just live right now. Yeah. Learn what you can right now.
In the present.
That time will come.
Yeah.
Like it's on its way. As long as you stay on the right path, stay out of trouble.
And stay around the right people.
And stay around the right people.
Yeah.
Your time is coming. Like you just gotta be patient. Yeah. So really just being one step further and 1% better than I was yesterday.
Yeah. That's dope. And I feel like a lot of people, you know, just hearing that in itself is just that's a great daily motivator of like being consistent with that. And that is so true how we're so quick to, I gotta get this, I gotta get this, I gotta get this. Instead of, I'm gonna get this today and I'm gonna work on tomorrow. Instead of, I'm gonna live in this moment, or what am I gonna do for the next couple hours that's gonna be
that can benefit me for tomorrow.
Like because tomorrow never comes. Yesterday and today and that's here in the present, in the past, but tomorrow never comes.
Use like tomorrow never comes. That reminded me of Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda. That's my dog, bro. He was spitting all the facts that whole movie. Best turtle out there.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I'm telling you.
The fact that you brought that up. And I just thought about that.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. It's there.
That is so funny.
Stuff.
Yeah. Like that's.
There are no accidents. That's my dog. I'm gonna get him tatted. Right there on the bicep.
So growing up, like, who was your mentor? Who did you because you said that you used to look up to your brother. But who did it shift when you got to your adulthood? Like, did you ever look up to someone? Did you like to follow someone or get encouragement from someone as you got into an adult?
Really, as I learned more about life, I really started to watch my dad a lot more. I started to understand everything he just tell me as a kid. Like everything really kind of just started to click. Like you know how you been at like that light bulb you go like everything just started to make sense.
Yeah.
And I used to always think he was just being tough on me because I was a boy and I had to be a man growing. I had to learn how to be a man, but he was really just giving me small little puzzle pieces that he learned growing up. And it didn't really hit me until I got to college. And I'm like, I'm on my own, kind of. But it's like, he was right this whole time.
Yeah.
If he ever hears this, he's going to be happy to say that. But like, he was right this whole time. And it was just like, really, I started to watch him more. And I realized all the sacrifices he made for our family to make sure that his children were in the best seat possible to be successful.
Yeah.
It was like, okay.
That's dope.
Now that makes more sense.
Yeah. I feel like when we're younger, we don't notice. I feel like our parents try to teach us certain things early on. However, it doesn't make sense or it doesn't click until we get to the age of understanding and we're living in it. And I feel like I don't know if it be making sense at that moment for them to tell us at the young age, or should they should have just waited until we like, oh, we're living in it. Should you tell us now? Or do you feel like that it played out the way it played out?
I think it's a mix of both, but it always plays out. Like everybody I meet, they say like at some point what their parents said made sense. I always think like it depends on the age you tell that person. But we all have something from our parents in the back of our minds that's just like printed there that they was always just saying something. But eventually you might be in a grocery store and you might see some spaghetti and you're like, that's what she was talking about this whole like it always comes at the weirdest moments.
Yeah.
And you're just like, should I tell them that they're right? No,
right.
I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna keep it. But yeah, like it's really just,
That's wild because like I recently had a real one-on-one with my mom about that. Like when me and her was taking a walk, and it just dawned on me. I'm like, dang, I seen you through a lot of stages, big fella. Like, like I grew up with you, and just seeing honestly, because like for me, I seen my mom come from in college, buzzing tail, like working hard, working and being a mom. in the mix of it all. And then just seeing there's certain things in the middle of that. And she's also an entrepreneur in the process too. So she's doing so many dynamics. And I'm just like, oh, this is mom.
Usually mom's being mom.
Right. Mom's being mom. But then as I'm getting older and I'm looking back and I'm like, I was paid attention to the key thing. I'm like, dang, you did a lot. Really you was doing a lot. Like, okay, like you came a long way too. Like, wow.
One thing I had to learn is like, our parents are learning just like we are.
Oh, yeah.
At the exact same time. Mm-hmm. And I always like, when I was a kid, I was like you're a parent, you should know what to do. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, there really is no right or wrong. Like, it's all trial and error.
Yeah.
Like,
and parents still can learn from us to this day. Even though we're adults, we're still like, they're still learning like, oh. Because they never.
That might have. I probably shouldn't have did.
Yeah. Like maybe I should have probably changed it up because now we live in a whole different world than they did back then. Right. Not even to change the huge dynamic. Yes, some things still work. Mm-hmm. But even spitting game, like your pops probably taught you how to spit game to females. That may not work for these new breeds.
Oh, no, that don't work for these.
No.
These new ones is different.
The only is
different.
Built fully different.
Man.
But my thing is like, some of that game can work for women that are in that mindset,
sure.
That were born with older souls, or like we always say, oh, you got an old soul. Yeah, that's the only people that's going to work for it, because we understand, like, because we're not on that same immature level. Not saying all women in this day and age is immature. However,
but
y'all build different.
It's a different mental connection.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt. I feel that 100%.
Oh my gosh. But before we close, is there anything that you would love to say? Or any advice that you would love to give?
Just live in the moment. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about your day yesterday. It's gone. If you yelled at somebody, just be like, my bad, bro. Just apologize and
move forward. Right.
And like, just learn from your mistakes and just keep going. Don't worry too much about, like, don't take it too serious.
Yeah.
Just live.
Like, if it happened, it happened.
It happened, it happened.
Yeah.
If it didn't, it probably will eventually.
Yeah. Like, that's what, yeah. I learned that too. That's dope. I always say, like, if something was really meant to happen, it would happen. If it wasn't meant to happen, it happened for a reason of why it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Literally. Because somebody's like, oh man, I meant to do this. But God put something there to distract you from doing something stupid for a reason. Because He knew if you went through it, and you probably would have did that, and you would have been wound up doing this, and then it would have been, yeah. He was like, nah, your whole path would have been thrown off. Stay here. Like, sit down, my child, please.
Oh, this show look good, don't it? Yeah, keep watching.
Like, oh, what happened to you? Oh, I got lost in Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, because you was meant to stay there. Yeah. He didn't want you to go to that party. That party was jumping, bumping, had Baby Ray all up in them, and it would have been a hot mess.
Live in the moment, man.
But thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. Good vibes.
Of course, I loved it. Is it a part 2 coming?
We can work on that.
No, not you working on it.
We can work on that.
Okay. Well, if we do a part 2, which it sounds like we might do, we're going to see it on Patreon. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and make sure you be a follower. And any of Khalil's lovely information will be in our bio and description. Make sure to give him a follow and shout out. Do you like to say any last things or any last words? Or is that it?
Say good vibes.
All right. Well, it was good talking. We'll see you guys till next time. See ya. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Elegance of Nae podcast. I'm your host, Nae, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and also follow us at the Elegance of Nae podcast. Until next time, see ya.